When you see that woman face to face or that man face to face and the vows are being spoken into your life, you have to really listen to what that man or that woman is saying to you. For better or worse.
Better or worse.
For richer or poor.
Yes.
Not for the bag or nothing else.
Right.
Or if he up.
Right.
All right, you rocking with him, or if he die, you go ahead, girl. You go ahead, boy. But you have to really listen to it. See, all we're saying is preparation and everything.
Right.
When you get into that understanding of marriage, you're going to the covenant. It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared and being honest with oneself. Am I ready to handle her heart and what comes with her heart?
Right.
Or is she ready to come with me?
We're choosing for the truth. We're choosing for the truth. We're choosing for the truth. It's got me and you. We're choosing for the truth.
Hey y'all, we back at it again. Episode 6.
So 6.
This is going to be a good one, as they all are. First, we want to start off by saying just thank you for everyone who's been tuning in, supporting us, sharing, liking, subscribing. We really, truly appreciate you all.
Most definitely.
So in this episode, we're going to talk about, this idea of marriage, loving the idea of marriage. This is going to be definitely a good one. So what do people really mean when they say, like, I want to be married? What you think?
What do they say?
Yeah. What do they mean, like, when they say, I want to get married? Do you think that people really, they really think about the marriage?
Personally, I don't think they think of the long haul of it. But the idea of it is, this is the ultimate level of love, or the ultimate level of a relationship, to say I want to get married, or marriage is on the table, is the ultimate, is the pinnacle of, you love me that much, you'll seal this relationship with me and you, and you'll take it to another level. Right. But the thing is, it's once you get married, it's a whole different journey. Right. And that's, nobody's prepared for that unless unless you have examples in front of you. But the idea of it is beautiful, but the work of it can be a load if you're not ready for it. Right.
And I think that people like the idea of marriage, but some people don't know what, it entitles, and maybe they do. Right? Yeah. But some people want the wedding day, but not the marriage. I feel like people, get so excited for the wedding day. Yes. But they're not properly prepared for the marriage. So a wedding day and a marriage are two different things. Of course. Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that everyone, I know that it's extremely important that when you and your fiance, once he proposed, you get some type of counseling to prepare you for the marriage, right? Because we get so happy about the wedding day, as we should, right? It's a wonderful thing, to get proposed to, to be a fiance, and you planning to spend the rest of your lives together. It's a beautiful thing. The ring is beautiful. My ring is beautiful, by the way. The ring is beautiful, right? Yes. But you have to make sure that you prepare for the marriage, right? And people playing for the wedding day, they go get, the arrangements, they get all of these different things, prepare. And like I said, that's what you should do, especially women. We get proposed to, the next day we starting to plan the wedding, right? As you should, the excitement. But I want you to be excited about the marriage, and make sure that you are, putting as much effort into preparing for the marriage as you are preparing for the wedding, which is only one day. Right. But see that, and it's a good thing you touched on that, because
a lot of people put a lot of preparation into the celebration.
Right.
But
right.
the thing is, after the celebration, then the marriage begins. I remember when we got married, and just going into it, she said, after this is when the marriage starts. After the reception, then your marriage will start.
Pastor
right
Logan,
here,
you're talking about, right? Yes, Pastor Logan.
And it didn't dawn on me until the reception, everything gets moved so fast.
Right.
And then when you wake up, you're like, hold on, wait a minute, I'm married. So that mindset is, I put so much emphasis, and it's not wrong, but you have to balance it out.
Right.
You can't put too much emphasis on the ring in the celebration.
Right.
But you have to start looking at it like, yo, I'm somebody's husband. Yo, I'm somebody's wife. Let's look forward to the future and start planning. Because, I mean, and it's not like in a perfect world or whatever, but, that's why we're talking about this. Because a lot of people put into the ring, I got a fat rock. But, all right, that fat rock don't last. Your relationship lasts. Your togetherness lasts. See, you're putting too much emphasis on showing the ring off to your girls. And half of that, not all of it, can be for self gratification. Like, okay, absolutely. I got this, and look at my rock, or I have this beautiful woman, that's my wife. Look at my, I got this band and whatever have you. And you can plan so much into the celebration to the point where you're left outside of that night or that day rather, and you like, hold on, what do we do? All right, because you plan to you didn't plan for the long haul. You plan for that event, right? And a lot of people get stuck in that situation
because they like the idea, right? They fall in love with the idea of marriage, right?
Look at what the TV and shows show us,
right?
The marriage and the horses, the stretch limousine, and the glitz and the glamour, but they never show you after the day after. That day after when you wake up and you're by law married to that woman or to that man, and it's like, what do we do next? Right. The day after, it's like, whoa. And then conflict come in.
Yeah. Because they wasn't prepared. They fall in love with the idea, like you said before. Social media, they just glamorize.
It glamorizes
the wedding day.
Yes.
Right?
But not the lifestyle.
Not the marriage. The marriage is the work, right? Yes. You're going to have to put in work, which we keep saying in all this. Marriage is work. It's a beautiful thing, but it's work. And you have to have two people who are committed in putting in the work, right? Yeah, because like we said on the previous episode, is that God created marriage as a covenant, right?
Yes.
So, you might be getting, along very well and everything is happy-go-lucky.
Absolutely.
But when you make that covenant under God, under God's law, that's when you're going to see. Because the devil don't like any relationships.
No.
And he doesn't like marriage. So once you say, I do, you're going to see the enemy as well, right? Yes. And that's just, it's just what it is. Because he doesn't want godly marriage together. He does not want people to be happy.
Connection.
Exactly. So we're not saying that you shouldn't be excited about the wedding day and about your dress and picking out your bridesmaids and your flowers and your bridesmaids. I had a beautiful time. Like, I enjoy all of that. Like, it was a beautiful experience for me.
Yes.
And like, honestly, I think that even with us, I think it would have been more beneficial if we had more counseling, because we had a few counseling sessions, but I think that, we could have benefited more from more sessions and more, more things preparing for, the marriage, because yes, we've been through a lot of different things, but I think some things may have been prevented if we would have got some counseling, if we would have prayed on, some things, right? But some people don't even get counseling. Like, they don't even seek counseling at all. And it's extremely important that you do so that you are prepared. Now, granted that we're not saying that if you're being prepared for marriage, that nothing's going to happen. You're going to face trials and tribulations. You're going to face different things in the marriage. it comes with it, right? You got these two worlds coming together as one flesh. So obviously things, you're going to have disagreements. There's going to be miscommunication. It's just the growing pains of marriage. But you have to make sure that your foundation is built on principles of Christ.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing about with me, the love of the idea of marriage, it works together, of course.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what we're basically saying, because people can spin and they can keep spinning.
Absolutely.
And they will say, well, basically what y'all saying is, it got to be perfect.
Nope.
No, it's not that. It's not about being perfect. Being prepared is not being perfect.
Right.
But people prepare for everything else.
Right.
But when you start talking about things that really matter, it's always some type of defense against what is right.
Right.
And what we're basically talking about is the idea, right? You can be in love to the point where you feel as though, okay, it's time for marriage,
right?
And you can throw that thing around like it's nothing, because when you see that woman face to face or that man face to face, and the vows are being spoken into your life, because it's spoken into your life.
Yeah.
You have to really listen to what that man or that woman is saying to you.
Yes.
For better or worse.
Better or worse.
For richer or poor.
Yes.
Not for the bag or nothing else.
Right.
Or if he up.
Right.
All right, you rocking with him. Or if he die, you go ahead, girl. You go ahead, boy. But you have to really listen to it. See, all we're saying is preparation and everything.
Right.
But when you cross that line, when you get into that understanding of marriage, you're going to the covenant. It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared and being honest with oneself. Am I ready to handle her heart and what comes with her heart?
Right.
Or is she ready to comes with me? But that's why my wife said about counseling. And a lot of people get mediocre counseling and they're like, oh, we're ready. No, really take your time.
Right.
Just take your time. Take your time and slow down and really understand and gravitate. This is forever. Right. Always have that in mind. This is forever. This is not, we're not, and you speaking to your mate, we're not getting divorced. We're not doing this because it's forever. It's a life term. When I married her, I looked into her eyes and I said, this is it. These vows that's being read to me, I'm going to honor these vows. So the idea of marriage is beautiful. Right. It's tremendous. Right. Honors and kudos to whoever's out there that's thinking about it or in the line of getting married, planning and getting the dress and everything else and all that. That's cool. But take a moment to come down from that hiatus rather of this beautiful day and this beautiful gown, this beautiful suit, grooms, bridesmaid, and really talk to God and say, God, am I prepared for this woman's heart? Am I prepared for this man's heart for the life term of this? You know what I mean? And then get your counseling and take your time. Don't rush.
Don't rush into it.
Take your time.
Because I think that during I think that the preparation stage for the marriage is extremely important. Yes, prayer the foundation, seeking counseling, but really figuring out, is this what I really want? Yes. Because sometimes, during the preparation of it, you might figure out this is not what I really want, It's just the idea. I want the wedding day, but do I want the marriage? I like this idea of marriage, but am I ready for what comes with it?
Yes.
Because there are things that come with it, as I explained earlier, right? Are you, prepared to love through disappointment, through frustration, through, the growing pains of marriage? So this loving this idea of the wedding day, but not the marriage, because so many people put, the wedding day, and I love the pictures, right? But they don't explain or they don't talk about the marriage part of it. And I like that, God gave us this Jonesin for the Truth podcast because we want to be authentic, with our sharing our experiences. And, it's not saying that what we experience you're going to be experiencing, but it's relatable. It's and we're doing this so that we can help, right? So that you won't give up, right? Because some people give up after a year, a few weeks, and I think it's because you had this idea, it's going to be beautiful, he loved me, I love him, we're going to be good, all of that stuff. You get so excited of the idea, but marriage is real.
Marriage is very real.
It's reality. Once you say I do,
it's on.
Yep, it's on and popping.
It's on, on and popping, absolutely.
Yes.
But pray for clarity of companionship.
Right.
Pray for an understanding, a deeper understanding of everybody fall in love. That doesn't necessarily mean just because you fell in love, you're ready for marriage. That's why we said take your time.
Take your time
because let's speak from a man's point of view. If I keep trying to rush to get you married, a woman should always think like, hold on, wait a minute, why you want to get married so fast? Why are you just rushing it? You're not taking your time and this and that. You're rushing into this program, that program. Take your time. Don't let nobody rush you into this beautiful moment because it can get ugly if it's not prepared. Just because he loves you or just because she loves you doesn't mean that that's your wife and doesn't mean that that's your husband. That's just an emotion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Love go up and down, but when God gives you clarity on companionship, and when you pray and don't wait on you or wait on him, you wait on the Lord. Right. And when the Lord come to you in due time, you'll know like, okay, this, because any man that wants you, he'll wait for you.
Right. Absolutely.
He'll wait for you.
Right.
Absolutely.
And don't be pressured, okay, it's been a year, it's been 2 years. The last thing what you want to do is pressure a man into marrying
Absolutely.
You do not want to do that. Did I ever pressure you?
No,
I didn't.
You never brought it up. Actually, you told me, you said, listen, I'm not going to be nobody's girlfriend. You got,
But I didn't pressure you.
No, it wasn't a pressure.
Right.
It was a standard.
Right.
See, it's a difference. Pressure and standards are two different things.
Right. But don't let nobody pressure you into marriage, you know, even a man. Don't say, you make sure that you are ready. Don't just say, I'm going to get her a ring or I'm going to propose, out of fear or the pressure. No, you want to make sure that you are ready.
Yes.
Did God say, is that your wife, right? Did God say it's time?
Yes.
And I think, that culture puts so much,
that's
pressure
right there.
on, and I'm sorry because I'm a woman. They put so much pressure on a woman being married, so much pressure on a woman having children, but hell with that, like you make sure that you ready. You make sure that is what you want to do, but don't let nobody pressure you into something that is not in God's timing or in the will of God.
Absolutely.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And then like this idea, loving or falling in love with the idea of marriage, in social media, like it's a gift and a curse, right? We see these pretty reels and, of the wedding day and, people put like couple goals, right?
Yes.
They always say, you should be your own couple goals and you shouldn't say, or put underneath somebody's picture, couple goals, because you see the picture, but you don't know what's going on beyond the picture. You don't know what's going on in the household, right?
Behind the scenes.
So don't ever say couple goals. You are your couple goals.
Yes. Yes. That's why I love the saying, consider the source. Just because you see it doesn't mean you're supposed to believe it. Now, the people that you may have as examples, you look to them. You don't look to social media.
Right.
You don't look to something you see. You look to something you can feel physically and you can see, far as being in their presence. So when people are around us, they is no wearing masks. Like, baby, we're gonna put on our masks. Then we're gonna be the way we are in the house and outside this house, because there's no fake stuff over here. Now, if you want to get married, get around happy married people. Don't get around somebody that got divorced and the divorce was ugly, because that's what they're gonna give you.
Yep.
And this is what a lot of social media platforms give you. They give you ugliness. Well, shouldn't get married because you're going to cheat anyway. And, men, we should have 4 or 5 women. All this mumble jumble. Is it lined up in the word? No.
Right.
So go ahead with that.
Right.
You're not going to put that culture stuff on me. That's what a lot of people are falling apart, because they're trying to meet up to this cultural thing.
Right.
And this cultural thing is leading to a spiral, and it's spiraling down to the point where you just want to get married because you want the pictures, you want the ring, you want the honeymoon, you want to say, me and Bae, we on our honeymoon. All that's cool, but behind closed doors, y'all in conflict because y'all never really knew each other intimately in that sense to get married. Y'all just went on the idea of, I love you and you love me because I don't want nobody else. That's not love. You know what I mean? That's not love. All you're doing is you basically saying, all right, well, I consider you because there's nobody else to consider. Well, you should get married. And that's where you get the ugly divorces. Yeah. And then they get on social media and they shame men, they shame women. But this platform is to break those things, because that's not true. They're lies and they're propaganda. That's stuff that they put out there, so no marriages. My marriage didn't go right, so I want no marriage to go right. And that's
a lie. Don't listen to that. Like that don't listen to. And I like how you said that. Like, if you want to be married, talk to married couples, people that you trust, that you see, are real, right? Consider the source. I like that. And some people, they idolize marriage, right? But, they idolize marriage as like a destination, but they don't really see it as ministry, or they don't see it as a journey. No. And like I said on previous episodes, that, God created marriage with a purpose, right? Yes. And marriage is ministry. It is. Right? And if you are married, because like when we're talking, we hope to reach people who are looking to get married, and people who are already married, might be married for years, even longer than us, right? Yeah, and but marriage is a ministry. And if you are married or looking to be married, you need to ask your significant other or your spouse, what is it, babe, that God is calling us to do, because He didn't just call us, to have kids, or He didn't just call us to have sex, or He just didn't call us, to post pictures, or He didn't just call us to go on vacations. He called us for a purpose. Marriage is ministry, and you have to figure out what it is that God want you to do together. Yeah,
don't keep going.
I'm good. I'm just saying.
Just know when you cook, keep going. When you cook, keep going, because it's always somebody. It's always somebody, right, that needs to hear that. Right. Especially from a man perspective and a woman's perspective, both our perspectives, right? Because it's needed, it's necessary. Right. And that stuff is helping so many people. And we hope that it helps. Like it's helping. Because this God called us to do what we're doing. And that's why we're doing it. And we're passionate about it, because we want, God. And I wish that people were honest, and transparent when we were in the process, And like I said, we didn't really see, many examples, or, not say, because no one's perfect. No marriage is perfect, and I don't care we can just take that what you saying or what anybody saying. Oh, we got a perfect marriage. You're a lie. There is no such thing as a perfect marriage, because there is no such thing as a perfect person. Stop watching these movies and these reality shows, watching these celebrities, because these are actors and actresses. Yep. And they know how to act. Right. So stop doing it. Stop measuring either your marriage or what your marriage is supposed to be. Right. You're not Gucci Man and his wife. You're not none of these people. Right. Be yourself. Come into your marriage your way. The way God's leading you to come in your marriage. Right. You know what I mean? And that's what you're supposed to do. And then the titles too. Like, they love the title of being a wife.
and they love the title of being a husband, the name, right? But not willing to put, or willing to live out the name, right? As a wife or as a husband. Oh, I'm a wife. Oh, I'm married. Because you see a lot of, I'm married. I'm married. That's my husband. That's my wife. Which, that is, I do take pride of being a wife. I do take pride of saying my husband, but
what comes with being a wife?
Right.
Then outside of the title, outside of the paper.
Right.
Because something comes with that.
Right.
What comes with me being a husband? Because outside of the title of me being a husband, everything comes with something.
Right.
Marriage comes with something. Love comes with something.
Right.
So if you're not ready to deal with what comes with that, then stay away from it.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from it.
And it really is a danger in desiring the status instead of the substance.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
You want the status of being a wife. You want the status of being a husband. But do you want the work that it takes to put in?
Right. By you saying I'm a wife,
right.
All right, what's the work?
Right.
What is the work that comes with that?
Right.
Because it's a list. What is the list that comes with being a husband? You tell me your husband, all right, so what work have you done to build your wife? What work have you done to build your husband? What work have you done to build your home?
Right.
You know what I mean? To build your marriage, to build the ministry, because marriage is ministry.
Right.
These are the things the fruit that people really need. I don't want to see your shoes. I don't really want to see your ring if you're not honoring it.
Right.
I want to see what you do. And people will watch you. And they will watch you. And they will measure you by the way you move. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Us men, when we're at work and our significant other is at their place of business or handling business, that woman that's on that job, she see you. And you up there flirtatious with everybody. You're just flirting around. And then when she get a chance to see your wife, she like, you don't act like that. You see what I mean? So you have to always be on your job.
Right.
If your title is husband, be a husband. Work it out. Do whatever you need to do. If you're a wife, do a wife. Do your job, and your job is to work and build. Our job is to build together, not individually. I'm getting my bag, you get your bag. No, we supposed to bring everything to the table.
Right.
And that is the reason why marriage is so hated by the enemy, because it's more than just bringing possessions to the bag, to the table.
Right.
It's about bringing ministry, God to the table.
Right.
And people in this culture, they want you to bring rings and chains and things, car keys and homes and all that stuff.
Right.
That's beautiful, but that's not the purpose.
Not the substance.
Right.
It's not what God created.
It's not what God
created.
That's not it. That's the beauty of it and all that, but what God made it to be is something far more greater. And because you're supposed to reach out to others.
Right.
And build them up.
And what I said before, don't allow people to pressure you into marriage.
Oh, they'll do that.
Did God say marriage, or are you tired of being single? Because that's another thing too. That's a whole another different topic. But we're talking about this idea, loving the idea of being married.
It's a beautiful idea.
Not putting in
the
work for it. Like it's a lifetime. That next day after the whole ceremony, you done had your reception and you done had all. Cause listen, and I'm not saying that I did it all right, because I didn't. Like, I had the idea of the wedding day so much so I remember, just a little sidebar real quick, the day of, I was so stressed out. Oh my God. I wanted to make sure that everything, I had an assistant. I wanted to make sure everything was right. This was there. The music was there. The timing. I drove myself crazy that I really didn't even enjoy my reception, because I was so, I was so in love with the idea of the wedding day that, I didn't even enjoy my husband, and that, first of all, yes, we want these big weddings and we want these receptions. And if that is what you desire, yes, go ahead and have it. But honestly, you only need You only need the two of you. That's it. The two of you and God and the person that said to marry you. And you know, by law, you gotta have some witnesses.
Yeah, you gotta have some witnesses.
But honestly, it's about you two. It's just you two and God. That's it. And that's another episode that we're going to talk about. Yes. But you know, this idea or loving the idea of the marriage, of the wedding day, and not the marriage. This was good.
This is good. Use this season to prepare mentally,
yes,
emotionally, spiritually,
right,
and practically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Episode what?
6.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. God bless.
Jonesin.
For the truth. Thanks for vibing with us. If we said anything that helped you, make sure you follow us on social media, share with someone who needs it, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll never miss an episode.
Remember, real change starts with real truth. Marriage is ministry, and there's a purpose in yours. God bless.
Bye.